A support has been called in to assist in the search for the 5 lions on the loose in Fochville, west of Johannesburg. Initially, the hunt was for a male lion after it was seen walking outside a gate of a Fochville resident. However, other people say they came across what appeared to be a pride. Investigations are still underway to trace the possible owner of the lions.
This animal carcass evidence there's a pride of lions on the loose. The dead calf was found on a farm in Fochville. The search is underway and bait has been laid for the pride.
We've got a nice big chunk of carcass, animal carcass, so we're going to mash it up a bit. We're going to hook it behind one of the 4x4s. We're going to give it a big long drag along the ground to give a nice trail on the ground. Then we're going to be chaining it to a tree. So we'll take sections from that carcass and we'll put a sedative in, dormicin, into the little sections around the carcass. The idea behind that is so when the lions arrive that they eat the sedated meat in portions, so the portions can be nicely allocated. So what we'll do is once the carcass is chained to the tree, we will play a distress call. So we've got a distress call of a buffalo, a baby buffalo. So we play the distress call. We start far away from the carcass and we play it several times, moving closer and closer to our bait point, the carcass point. And that will draw the lions into the bait area. Once the lions come into the bait area, they'll start feeding on the carcass. They'll eat the dormicin and wait about 20 minutes. They'll start reacting. When we see they're starting to react, we're going to dart them. Once they darted, after the darts take effect, we'll be rolling them onto stretchers and loading them into their crates, and then the crates onto the buckies, and then off to the zoo they go.
It's unclear who the owner is and how the lions ended up in the area.
There's no reserves in the area, there aren't any breeding farms, there are no sanctuaries. So I think it could very well be a case of private ownership but without a permit, and that's completely illegal. So if that does happen, and the people that have lost their lions cannot call it in because they'll get quite a big fine.
Locals don't seem too concerned.
The initial one was just a couple of kilometers down here. Like 5 or 6 kilometers down this road, and we haven't heard them or sighted them at all. We only heard this morning, I mean this is now 6 weeks ago, this morning that there's actually five roaming around, and we haven't even noticed that. So me personally, I've got no problem with them roaming around here. Obviously the people with livestock have a problem.
For now, it's hoped that the lions will be tracked down and recaptured before they cause anyone harm or attack more animals. Lopang Alamu, SABC News, Fochville, west of Johannesburg.